Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host, Nathan B. Butler. This time we circle back to the UK for a continuation of something that we looked at fairly recently. And to talk about something that really, I didn't know existed at the time, but I should have done my research because it was pretty obvious that it should have existed and probably existed, but I just didn't go hunting for it at the time. Shame on me. We recently took a look at the DVD and Blu-ray versions of this. This is the complete seasons 1 through 5 Clone Wars Blu-ray set, and we also looked at the DVD version from the UK. We talked about how this is sort of an equivalent to what we got in the US with a few missing goodies that is a little bit more affordable these days and will play on US players, etc., etc. But when we looked at that, we looked at it for all 5 of the Cartoon Network seasons, at least the way they're delineated in the US. But after looking at that, we looked at a couple of other earlier box sets that didn't have US equivalents. Because after seasons 1 and 2 were out, the UK actually put out the complete seasons 1 and 2 box set on Blu-ray. And yes, on DVD. I don't have the DVD versions of any of these other ones that I'm showing you, at least not yet. Not sure if I want to break the bank and get all of those as well. But this is the one with those original releases of the first 2 seasons, those bigger ones, put together into one slipcover. And then, of course, after season 3 had aired, same thing, we got the complete seasons 1, 2, and 3, not 1 through 3, but 1, 2, and 3, the way that it's listed there, for the Clone Wars as well, which were the newer, slimmer packages for 1 and 2, plus the regular version of 3, put together into a new slipcover. So we had 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was one certainly in the middle that logic would dictate had to exist, right? 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 5 seasons. What's missing? 4 seasons, and I'm not talking about the hotel. Surely there was a box set out there, if they continued this pattern, that had seasons 1 through 4 in a single box the year prior to us eventually getting that seasons 1 through 5 set that we looked at in the first place. And sure enough, there was. I just didn't do the research and find it until after the fact. So that's what we want to look at this time. This is the Clone Wars, the complete seasons 1 through 4. Notice now it's 1 through 4, not 1, 2, 3, and 4 with an ampersand, like we had on 1, 2, and 3. Cool box here. I think it's probably one of the cooler ones that we've seen out of these different box sets. Blu-ray at the top. There is a DVD equivalent, the complete seasons 1 through 4. We have Rex, Anakin, Yoda, Asajj, and Maul up here. We have our ratings down underneath, our Clone Wars logo there in blue. The back, we have the complete seasons 1 through 5. Executive producer George Lucas and Lucasfilm Animation presents seasons 1 through 4 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Description, images of the 4 regular products that are included within the slipcover. Each season contains 22 action-packed episodes, and then information on the bonus features that it includes. Shots from the film, legalese down at the bottom. Okay. Spine, we have Lucasfilm logo at top, then Blu-ray, then Clone Wars logo, then the 4 products again, the ratings, and the Warner Brothers home video symbol down there at the bottom. And on the top, just the logo. On the bottom, ratings, tech specs, and legalese. If we take them out, though, yeah, as we'd expect. It's just the regular slim case versions for 1 and 2, because, of course, 1 and 2 had slim case and bigger versions. But the slim case season sets for 1 through 4 that just happen to be together in a single cardboard slipcase. Exactly the approach that we saw taken with seasons 1 through 5 originally, and then with 1 and 2, and then 1 through 3 as another episode. We're just filling in that gap here in between. So it's kind of interesting that as much as we gripe about Lucasfilm and Warner Brothers and 20th Century Fox and just all these different companies involved in the distribution of Star Wars home video products and their double and triple dipping, it's actually interesting that in the US, the biggest market for it, they actually had some restraint when it came to Clone Wars. We got season sets, but not a single giant box until all 5 Cartoon Network seasons were done. Although, it would have been nice to eventually have the one with season 6 or with the movie, but that's a rights thing that we've talked about before. Don't expect to ever see a box set like that unless the rights to Clone Wars, the parts that are held by Warner Brothers, get transferred over at some point to Disney/Lucasfilm. But in the UK, not nearly that kind of restraint, and when it came to boxed sets, there were not only season sets, and in some cases, volumes that eventually were released to eventually combine into a season. We'll talk about that some other time once I get some of those in my collection. But not only box sets for individual seasons, but collected sets of all available seasons every single time. Except when it came to Season 6, which didn't get a home video release in the UK at all, from what I understand. But for 1 through 5, what we think of as the Cartoon Network ones in the US, yes, every single new season dictated not just a new release of that season, but a new box set of that season and everything before it. More double dipping. But somehow the US avoided it this time, which is just a little weird. With that though, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers. The back sets us up complete. Whoa. That was a sneezing cat. A sneezing cat with projectile snot, by the way, so I always have to check and make sure he didn't snot on anything when he did that. Isn't that cute?